Hey, hello, viewers. I'm truly excited to welcome you all for this Get Unleashed 30 Days Leadership Empowerment Challenge. It is a challenge which I have taken with a great mission, and I'm calling all of you who's here, who's about to come, who's going to watch and take this journey for the next 30 days. This is a mission which we are taking, and a fantastic evening, a fantastic start to a great mission. I have this mission, and it is not my mission, it is a mission or the vision which we have for the future generations, actually, building leaders. And I'm sure that many of leaders who's going to be created from here, who's going to start from here. And first of all, I would like to acknowledge the people here, acknowledge the people who have shown interest in taking this uh, challenge for 30 days. We are going to discuss some of the most important strategies, principles, and methodologies of leadership. This is not just going to be some program where we are going to discuss. We have to take actions. We have to develop ourselves. Our code of honor for next 30 days is wherever we go with the aura of leadership. It doesn't matter whether you are a leader in your organization, whether you have been appointed by the government, whether you have been appointed by the organization, doesn't matter at all. All we need to do is carry that aura of leadership wherever in the world you are, wherever we are walking. Carry this aura of leadership. Inspire people to take the leadership and to make the world better and safer. So, Get Unleashed, what Get Unleashed is? Get Unleashed is a 30 days empowerment program. We are going to do multiple works for the next 30 days. We are going to listen to some of the greatest topics. We are going to apply some of the principles by a lot of leaders, which has been grown and shown to us by our leaders. And then we are going to do some methodologies. We are going to practice some methodologies of leadership. That is very important. We are going to practice some important uh, practice of methodologies, which we are going to practice here. This is going to be an amazing 30 days. I'm very excited for this 30 days. This is a mission which I wanted to do it for a longer time, and I waited, and this is the right time, and we can't wait anymore. From here, it is a small step towards a greater journey. It is something bigger than all of us who's here. It is bigger than all of us. We are going to be part of a great journey, and who's going to create, um, um, the changes in the world around us. So, welcome you all again to the Get Unleashed. So, what is our vision here? You know, this is not a vision which I have formed in a day. I like following leaders. I like reading about leaders. I like leaders who have transformed the world. I've been reading about leaders from my childhood. I like reading about the stories of heroes who have transformed the world. And today, I have the responsibility. I've been handed over this responsibility by the universe or the God who has allowed me to take this responsibility to foster the leaders around the world. Our purpose is to foster a community of leaders around the world guided by the sense of purpose, compassion, and innovation. We aim to create a world. See, leaders is also a creators. Teachers is leaders. Anybody who's in the world, leadership is not a skill set which is being given to some particular people and not being, it has been avoided to rest of the world. Leadership is for everyone. Everybody can be a leader. I'm going to show you who can be a leader. I'm also going to share a very inspiring story of a leader who have uh, that story has transformed my life, and it is definitely going to transform yours as well. We aim to create a world where harmony and sustainability prevail. It is enough to hear the words of that world is getting into chaos, artificial intelligence takes over, the future is not in the hands of humans. Every day we are hearing things which is not humanized. We are visualizing a world which is dangerous for our kids. But this vision, our vision, is to create a world where harmony and sustainability prevail, fueled by the contribution of all the leaders striving to manifest heaven on earth. How does heaven looks? We don't know, but we all strive for heaven. We all live in this earth. We strive that heaven should be our, place where we prevail, where we live. So we manifest that heaven in this earth by the contribution of leaders who can help us shape the heaven in the earth. By embracing our shared values, forging collaborative partnership, practicing transformative leadership, we envision a future where positive impact and meaningful change are enduring legacies of our collective efforts. Fantastic. So, this is going to be a great mission, and it is not something which which is easier. I know, which is uh, which is more than every one of us. And I'm really happy to introduce you to all into this journey. I'm also happy to welcome all of you to be part of this journey. And we are going to, grow a lot in the next 30 days. So when we talk about leadership, we talk about designations, we talk about, appointed leadership. I'm not talking about appointed leaders here. I'm talking about the leaders who have taken responsibility to transform the world. I'm talking about the leaders, our ancestors who have taken responsibility to build the world which is better now. What we are today, the world without war, the world without with the extreme amount of technological improvements, all those things is because of the decisions of leaders who have strived hard for this, because leaders can start the war and end the war. Leaders can develop a technology. Leaders can destroy and develop. Leaders can do whatever. Leaders are the people who starts and end things. So here I request all the leaders to start a positive campaign to build the world towards a better place, the world which manifests heaven in this earth. It's not something which we get to enjoy after our death. It's something which we have to do, which we have to build for our children, which we have to build for our future, for the people, for the future. It's not something, we which we are manifesting. AI will take care of. No, no, no amount of technology can overcome a human power. Amount of technology, nothing can overtake a human power. So I request all of you to be part of this wonderful mission. So when we talk about leaders, we talk about Gandhi, we talk about Netaji, we talk about the leaders who have transformed Nelson Mandela, the leaders who have transformed Martin Luther King, the leaders who have transformed the world. But there is a story which I wanted to share with all of you, which transformed my mindset towards leadership. It is about a 24-year-old girl during the time of COVID. During the time of COVID, this is a very a close to heart story and an emotional story for me. And I hope this story inspires you as well. During COVID, in Wuhan, in China, the COVID has been, you all know that the outbreak has happened in the Wuhan, and there was the chaos going on even before the world get into chaos. Wuhan was getting into the chaos, and doctors and frontline workers were struggling every day, and the people dying every day, and the city has went in lockdown. By knowing this, there was a 24-year-old girl named Liu Zion. Her name is Liu Zion. I'm not sure whether I have pronounced it right, but she's been dearly loved by the Chinese people and called as Raincoat Girl because of the dress which she wore. Um, so she decided. to help. She heard that doctors and frontline workers are not receiving proper food there, and they were struggling. They were working 24 bar 7, but they couldn't able to get some proper food there. And because of that, many doctors have fallen ill as well, sick, and they were, striving hard. And this 24-year girl, she was just 24, and she decided, she was 12 hours away from, Wuhan, from the place called Chengdu. She decided, okay, I have to go to Wuhan, and then I'm going to serve these doctors. Whenever we talk about COVID, we talk about the patients, we talk about the people who have suffered with COVID, but there are people who have, there are doctors, there are frontline workers, there are hospital employees who as well has suffered equally to, to control this outbreak. And there are we lost so many dearly doctors as well, dearly hospital employees who have sacrificed their life for us. And she decided to travel 12 hours, taking all the whatever she could carry. She called her 5 employees, and then she traveled there, where one of her chain restaurant was there, which they have started just 1 month back. When they went there, there was no employees because the city has went in lockdown, and people there have went in holidays. They couldn't come back because the city has went in lockdown, and she started cleaning everything. And then she decided to serve, the proper hot food. Chinese love pork, and she got. She arranged special materials, raw materials to cook from different places. She arranged for pork. She arranged for soups, everything, and then she started preparing in her kitchen every day. She prepared 400 meals, and she has taken it to the hospital as well, where the outbreak was going on. Even the doctors have suggested, even the hospital employees have suggested her not to come here, not to, take this risk. But she went there. She didn't have the equipments to wear or to protect herself because already the city is overflowing. So she started wearing her raincoat as her cover, you know, to supply. And then every day she was cooking with her 4 and 5 employees, and she has taken the 400 boxes to the hospital doctors, and she started serving them food. It was so, you know, this story, she's not been appointed by China government. She's not been appointed by anybody to do this. And there is no need of doing this. But a 24-year girl have got this, and she said in her heart, she has served more than 20,000 meals, and in her heart she said, until and unless things gets better, I'm not going to leave the city. Even though city went on lockdown, everything is locked down. The city, there is no people in the city. The city was empty, ghosted. But she was so determined, and every day she went to hospital to serve the food till the things got better, till the hospital started their own canteens, and there are canteens started in the cities. Still, that she was there more than a month or so, to serve hard foods to the doctor till governments take measures to, take care of their frontline employees. This is so heartwarming. You don't need to be a leader. You don't need to be an appointed one. You don't need to be famous to be leader. You don't need to be an appointed one to be a leader. You don't need to be, have a designation to be a leader. If you want a leader, if you want to be a leader, start being a leader now. Start being a leader now. This story shows what it means to be a leader. Once you decided to take responsibility for the people around you, you are a leader. Leadership is a responsibility. This is kind of a leadership which I was talking about. This is kind of leaders which I wanted to create all around the world. The leaders who don't want to stand in front and show their face in front of the camera. It's fine to get the fame and name and everything, but it is about the real impact which we create in the world. This is kind of the real leaders who can bring heaven into the earth. This is kind of leaders who can bravely fight things when things are not right. They can take responsibility, and that is what I was talking about. Leadership is all about responsibility. If you want to be a leader, leadership is all about responsibility. It is not being handed over to anybody in this world. If you want to be a leader, take charge and start being a leader now. You know, okay, for an example, people might ask me, do I need to serve people? Do I need to do all these things to be a leader? No. Even if you take care of one person who's, who could be your office colleague, who could be a neighbor, who could be a relative, anybody, if you could able to help one person, if you could able to take responsibility and be a person who can inspire and influence the one person in the right way, then you are a leader. Doesn't need to be big, doesn't need to, you know, um, do something greater. It's all about taking responsibility. It is all about wanting to do. It is all about the intention, what you have. That is what I was talking about. And her story is an inspiration to me, and I hope it is an inspiration to all of you as well. And this story is something which I wanted to keep it as a front line for the next 30 days. Remember Lizion, and like her, every one of us for the next 30 days who's going to take charge of leadership. Wherever we go, we are going to carry that aura of leadership. We are going to influence people. We're going to inspire people. We're going to talk like a leader. We're going to practice leadership. Is it only for 30 days? No. In this 30 days, we are going to practice leadership. And from there, throughout our life, we are going to be leaders. And my mission is to reach 1 million leaders who can transform the world. And I'm sure every one of us is part of this, and including myself, every one of us are born with the responsibility, and let's take this responsibility. Right. And today, we have 10 more minutes, and then I just wanted to bring a very important principle for leaders. Very important principle for leaders. During ancient days, the architects used to do one thing, before started building something, they used to choose a stone, and then, the first stone where they place is very, very important. It's called cornerstone. Likewise, for us to be a leader, there is a cornerstone which has to be conquered, and this is a principle which I like most, and it is one of the game changers in my life recently. And I started following this, and it's a perfect example. This principle will make you if none other principle you are following, and if you take care of this one principle, you're already a leader, right? What is that principle? It's just taking 100% responsibility. It's not 99.9, it is not 98 point something, or it is not 95, or it is not 50-50. It is taking 100% responsibility. If you wanted to be a leader, you want to be a control, if you wanted to be in control of your life. This formula, this principle has changed my life. Before this, I used to blame people. I used to complain. I have complained. I failed in entrepreneurship. I used to complain people. I used to, complain the economy, the leadership of the government. I used to complain everything around me, and it didn't do any good to me. I lost control. I lost control of myself. I started going nuts. I started shouting at people. I started screaming at people. And one day when I realized I'm doing things which is out of my control. And that is when this principle came in my life. Take 100% responsibility. Whatever has happened in our life, whatever is happening in your life, you are responsible for it. You can change. Once you take 100% responsibility, you can either create it, you can anytime. See, understand one thing. Anytime there is a option for us to change, whatever we are doing in the life. If you don't like the job, if you don't like the place which you are living, if you don't like a relationship, you don't like your the friends who's around you, if you don't like your car, if you don't like the house which you are living, anything which is there in your life, anytime you can, if you take responsibility, you can change. You can empower your relationship, you can empower enhance your enhance your relationship, you can change your job, or you can able to get yourself better in your job, or you can able to take control and then become better in what you're doing. You can able to make your entrepreneurship better. You can do multitude your business anytime. If you're going through loss, and once you understand, you are the 100% responsibility, and you have all the means to change what you're doing, then you will change everything. For that, there is a universal formula which I would like to teach you all. It's event plus response is equal to out. Events kept happening in our life, but what is the response we offer will bring the outcome. Are we blaming? Are we complaining? During COVID is an event happened all around the world. It has happened for everyone, right from the people who's rich to the right from the people who's poor. It is an event which has happened all around the world. But what is the response people offered has changed their outcome. There are so many businesses went closed down because they couldn't able to find the right response. But there are people who found out, there is a method which they can, bring in new businesses, or to explore the areas which they have not explored before, and they get into a digital stream, and then the business have established to corners of the world, and then the business started flourishing. The same event with different response brings different outcome. You can say, it is about the privileges. No, it is not about the privileges. For an example, you're working, and you've been offered a bonus of 2 lakh rupees this year, and your response is to immediately buy a four-wheeler or a two-wheeler or a material which you wanted for a long time immediately, and the outcome is, 1 year after, you're still paying EMIs, or still struggling to recover whatever you went through. Sometimes it will be a struggle for people. Once they buy the materialistic stuff, they couldn't able to complete the EMI, or still going through EMIs and struggling with their salaries. At the same time, there is a different response which you can do. You can invest that money on maybe funds or bonds, or you know uh, even in shares or anything. And what if in a year or something that has been multitude into 10 to 15% or 20% or 30%, then what money which is being offered to you, 2 lakhs become 2 lakh 60, 2 lakh 80, 3 lakh, whatever amount is. 1 year after, you still have the 2 lakh plus something which is sufficient for you to take decision in your life. So event plus response. Event is common for everyone. Event happens to every one of us. It is the response which we offer. As a leaders, it is very, very important. What is the response we offer for our situation? What is the response which we give? Are we blaming the situation? Are we blaming people? Are we blaming government? Are we blaming things around us? Are we blaming environment? Are we blaming the world? Are we blaming the society? Are we blaming the community? What are we doing? If you're blaming, I'm going to say you, it's not going to do anything, you know, no good to you. Stop blaming. Stop blaming. Blaming should not be a response. Complaining should not be a response. Whatever event is, take responsibility, understand, analyze it. Okay, what could have been done? Even if the outcome is went wrong, just again do. It's called rephrasing technique. You can rephrase your response again and again till the outcome what you desire comes. You know, uh, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. But if you want 5, you have to Give 2 plus, your response has to be 3. If you keep still giving the 2 as your response with the event, which is 2, you're going to get that outcome 4. Again and again, you're going to get the same outcome. So if you want 5 as your outcome, you have to give your responses 3. So as a leaders, I challenge you to give up blaming for the next 30 days. Go back, just take a note and write down how many things are you blaming every day. Are you blaming your school, are you still blaming your school which is not up to the standards? Because of your school I couldn't able to talk or communicate properly. Are you still blaming your school? Are you still um, are you still blaming your parents for not putting you in a better school, or still being harsh on you? Are you still blaming your partner for not supporting your dreams? Are you still blaming your um, are you whatever blames which you are doing, just write it down, make it tick mark, and remove all the blames, and then make it as a positive note. Whatever, you know, write it down saying that because of my school, I've been here, I'm going to the better places. Rephrase what blames which you are doing and rephrase it and give a different responses, and give up all your blames for the next 30 days. That is my call for the first day. If you want to take control, take 100% responsibility and be a leader. Give up blaming. Let's all, if you want an outcome which you desire, give a response which will create that outcome. Go back, work on this, go again and again and again, work on your responses. What response you're giving about whatever event is. See, if you want to reduce your weight, if you want to follow your diet, when you go to a party, when you go to an office party and people are offering cakes which you can't able to refuse, there is two responses which you can do. Either you can accept it and then still struggle with weight issues, or you can politely refuse and then get out of the situation, and then you can able to follow your outcome. It is up to us. The event is common. What response we give brings the outcome which we desire, right? So take 100% responsibility and follow this E plus R is equal to O formula, and give up blaming for the next 30 days. And we are going to see some magical transformation. Next week, we are going to bring some leaders who will be discussing with us, who will be explaining the magical leadership and going to share their experience with us. And what is transformational leadership? We are going to learn about what is transformational leadership and what it means to be a leader, and what all the responsibilities we have as a leaders is what we are going to see for the next 1 week. And thank you everyone for being part of this journey. And I'm thanking you once again. This is bigger than all of us. And I want, you know, big things to happen at the end of 30 days. Thank you, everyone. If you have questions, you can post below the comments, and I'll also post my one-to-one calendar. If anybody wants to reach out and have a discussion related to something, you can arrange for a one-to-one calendar, which is free of discovery session, and then we can connect and then we can discuss for a 30 minutes, right? And all the questions can be posted, will be answered next Saturdays and Sunday. And amazing day. I'm very happy for this day, and wonderfully, we are going to see magic for the next 30 days. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.